Polling has closed in Pakistan, where fresh violence and claims of vote rigging have marred the country's national election. 500,000 troops were deployed and authorities took down the internet, all in the name of law and order. Yet more attacks were reported in the restive northwest, with 7 officers killed. It's unclear how soon results will be announced, but a clear picture is expected to emerge tomorrow.
Crowds cheered and jeered as the main contenders in a race came out to cast their ballots. Former 3-time Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif submitted his vote in Lahore, while the opposition PPP's Bilawal Bhutto cast his in Lakhana. But the much-anticipated vote didn't proceed as smoothly as expected. Soon after polls opened, Pakistani authorities suspended mobile calls and data services, unsettling millions of people who were heading to polling stations. Officials said the temporary shutdown was necessary due to recent terror attacks. But for most voters, the internet blackout was simply a major disruption.
नेटवर्क से बहुत इशू आ रहे हैं, वोटर्स को बुलाने के लिए प्रॉब्लम है हमारे लिए, और लोग नहीं आ रहे हमारे पास, और काउंटिंग करने के लिए, सीरियल नंबर निकालने के लिए बहुत से मुश्किलात हैं हमको नेटवर्क से। हमको आइडिया नहीं था कि नेटवर्क इस तरह डाउन हो जाएगा, और ये अगर नेटवर्क अगर आला काम के पास है तो उसको फौरी तौर पे खोला जाए।
भाई किसी से कोई रब्ता नहीं हो पा रहा, ठीक है, किसी से कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं हो रहा, सर्विस बंद करने का कोई जवाब बनता नहीं है। सर्विस ना होने की वजह से बहुत सी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ रहा है, तो लिहाजा सर्विस होनी चाहिए थी।
पूरे पाकिस्तान में सिक्योरिटी का मसला है, वहाँ पर अगर खुसूसी तौर पर फिलहाल आर्मी वाले मतलब है कि लिहाज रख लेंगे, अभी तक कोई ऐसी हालात नहीं है जो हम इस बात पर मजबूर करें कि हम वोट डालने न जा सके। बाकी खतरा तो हर जगह मौजूद है, यहाँ पर भी है, वहाँ पर भी है।
Thursday's polls took place under the threat of political violence. Security forces kept a close watch on voting booths. The military also shut the borders with Iran and Afghanistan.
For Hira Mustafa joins us live from Islamabad. Hira, is that communications blackout still in place? And given that it does help voters know where to go to cast their ballots, do we know if that shutdown had any impact on voter turnout?
Yes, the internet services and data center services are still suspended across the country, and due to that, voters expressed disappointment, saying they cannot vote or cast their ballot freely, as they cannot research about the particular candidate or the symbol that candidate is bearing, so they're having difficulty. But experts believe this suspension of internet services is to target a particular party, and former Prime Minister Imran Khan is currently in jail. So it's pretty much evident that experts believe that it's to target Khan's party, as he has called out his party workers and supporters to come out in large number and to cast their votes and camp outside the polling stations in order to look ahead that the electoral process is transparent and fair. Despite the challenge, PTI leaders have appreciated the party workers and supporters of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Khan's party, that they did come out and cast their ballots. And also, this internet suspensions comes at the time when country is facing security challenges, and it's been stated by Interior Ministry that suspension throughout the country is due to the fact that Pakistan is facing immense challenge of security threats. Also, federal government has taken this decision to maintain law and order situation in the country, and despite the fact all the political parties leaders, Pakistan People's Party chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has denounced the suspension of internet services across the country, as he says the closure of internet services has adversely affected reporting and responding to security incidents. Quoting, one of the workers was shot in one of the districts of Pakistan, and it took an hour that incident was reported.
Oh, Hira, the security challenge you mentioned, it's not confined to just today. In the lead up, and we have been speaking to you about these, there have been deadly blasts as well. But today, polling day, not free from violence, reports of bombings and shootings at voting booths. What more can you tell us about these incidents?
Yes, there is a resurgence of terror activities last week also, and yesterday, talking about Wednesday, 2 blasts were reported in Balochistan, and as of today, 2 incidents were reported in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In one of the polling officer was shot, and the other one was reported in Balochistan. And similar reports are coming across the country from these 2 provinces that neighbor Afghanistan. Keeping in view the security situation, the Interior Minister has instructed all the provincial governments to level up the security, and also they have stated that 3-tier security is in place. Police is on ground. External cover would be provided by Frontier Corps, and Army is a quick reaction force. So these security measures are in place, and here in Islamabad also the security is on high alert, and additional deployment of forces is present at the polling stations.
Oh, thanks for that update. Hira Mustafa speaking to us there from Islamabad.
A neighbouring India, which has a bitter relationship with Pakistan, is closely watching the elections. Let's speak to Neha Punia. She joins us live now from New Delhi. Neha, Nawaz Sharif and his party, they are widely tipped to win the most seats in this election. Would that be a good or a bad outcome for India? How specifically could a Sharif government impact relations between these 2 countries?
Well, in the last few months, Dawn, Nawaz Sharif has been praising India's progress, using it to draw contrast to how Pakistan has been suffering economically. It's also important to remember that Nawaz Sharif was the last Pakistani Prime Minister to visit India when he came in 2014 at Prime Minister Modi's first swearing-in ceremony, following which Pakistan also invited Prime Minister Modi in 2015. So we did see fairly robust bilateral ties between both nations back then. Of course, things took a turn for the worse in 2019 when there was a terror attack in Indian-administered Kashmir, which India blamed terrorists operating out of Pakistan for, a charge Islamabad denied. But Nawaz Sharif has, in the last few months on the campaign trail, spoken about the need to mend ties with India. His manifesto also spoke of wanting peace with India, but on the condition that New Delhi restore the special status for the contested region of Kashmir. When India withdrew that special status, that's when both sides saw bilateral ties breaking down entirely. But most foreign ambassadors who've served in Pakistan and foreign policy experts say it's unclear how much say or agency Nawaz Sharif or whoever wins this election will have, because the view in New Delhi is that it's the military that's calling the shots in Islamabad.
All right, Neha, thank you for that. Neha Punia there reporting live for us from New Delhi.